What's up, Titans? It's Tom Knight from Tighten Up Your Game, and today I want to talk about sources of real inspiration. And while it's inspiring to imagine how your life might turn out, or the kind of money you'll make, where you'd like to live, the kinds of cars you'll drive, today I'm discussing the people who positively shape our ideals and motivate us to push really hard and forge ourselves into the person we really wish to be. Now, I have a great many heroes. Some of them are my friends today. Some of them I've never met, and then there are those who I never even knew about until after they died, but whose influence on me was, and still is, just as powerful as a real-life mentor. Today, I'm introducing you to my biggest heroes. I'm one of those people who believes that having heroes is a wonderful thing, and that we shouldn't stop having them just because we grow up. No, I believe that my heroes have helped keep me young at heart with their constant inspiration and continually challenging me to become the very best version of myself at any given time, at any given task. I have a great many heroes. Some of them you've probably heard of too, even if you never knew their names. I'll start with my first love, drums. My very first hero was none other than Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush. I remember hearing his drum solos and thinking, wow, that's how I want to play. So all throughout my high school years, I slowly acquired the requisite number of drums and began painstakingly writing out much of Neil's playing, and then, over time, learning how to actually play it. To the point where I was eventually able to perform Neil's extended YYZ drum solo from Exit Stage Left verbatim. My second drumming hero was the legendary Buddy Rich. Now, I grew up on rock and roll, so I had no idea who Buddy was until I joined the jazz band in high school. But man, what an awakening. All of a sudden, I wanted to play everything Buddy was playing, and so I got to work copying as much of his style as I could. Those first two heroes helped me get good enough to get into the music program in college, and it was there that I learned about my third drumming hero, Dave Weckl. Doing as I had done before, I studied as much of Dave's material as I could get my hands on. Now, Dave is different from the other two in that we actually became friends about 25 years ago, which I have to say is really, really cool. I mean, it's one thing to look up to someone, but it's something else altogether when you can pick up your phone and call your hero. He's been to my house, met my family, hung out with me and my kids, borrowed my drums for local shows and clinics.
Bozo took your drums.
And I even got to ride in his Corvette as he raced us through the hills of LA. I mean, seriously, how lucky am I? And throughout all that time, I was experiencing my own growth in the music business, in that I was recording and performing all over the world with some really huge artists. And a very powerful moment for me was when I was drumming for TLC in LA, and Dave Weckl was in the audience watching me perform. Talk about full circle. Later in life, I found voiceover, but it was purely by accident. I was listening to local Atlanta radio station Star 94 one day, and their station voice was the coolest sounding guy I had ever heard. I didn't know his name at the time. All I knew was that he could make anything sound like it was the best thing ever. It was as if he himself was amazed by whatever it was he was reading, and I wanted to sound just like him. Here's a couple of samples just to give you a taste.
Star 94 plays a better variety of today's hit music. This is Atlanta's Star 94. Always number one. Star 94.
The moment I discovered his name, Brian James, was also the same moment I found out that he had just died. I was so bummed, but at least now I knew who he was, and I set out to find everything I could that he had voiced. I amassed gigabytes of his material and began trying to get into his headspace. Soon, a buddy of mine who ran a video production company took notice of my VO growth, again thanks to Brian James, and had the courage to give me a shot at voicing one of his sports campaigns. And it turned out to be a huge success, so much so that he started calling me all the time for more and more voice work. Next thing I knew, one of those voiceovers won me an Emmy Award. So in this case, having Brian James as a hero really paid off. And my other VO hero is a voice actor that virtually everyone in the world has heard, whether they know it or not, Don LaFontaine. Here's a quick sampling of his movie trailer work.
He is brilliant. He is deadly. And he is still surrounded by frickin' idiots. Think! Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
By this time, I was running a video production company of my own and wanted that famous voice in my company's demo. So I wrote an email using his generic email address on his website, along with a short script idea, and told him the story of my little company, plus a few personal details about myself, like the fact that I had just gotten married. Next thing you know, I get an email directly from Don's personal address that read, "Tom, a wedding gift. All the best, Don." He gave me his voiceover for free. Listen to this.
You've been searching for the very best in video production. Congratulations, you found us. Welcome to Nighttime Studios.
We became close friends after that, and I ended up building his website, personally handling his weekly email campaigns to all his subscribers, and all kinds of stuff. And he would voice things for me just for fun too, like this Valentine's Day gift he made for me to give to my wife. Check it out.
February 14th is a day set aside for lovers. But as far as Tom is concerned, one Cassandra Miley night is worth 1,000 Valentine days. In a world...
Isn't that the coolest thing? Heroes, man. There's nothing like them. Finally, my fitness journey has provided me with a great many heroes that have popped into my life at various times, beginning when I was just a kid all the way up to very recently. My first fitness hero was Bruce Lee. I never saw anyone move that fast, or kick that high, or deliver that kind of power through such a small frame. I'm not a big guy, so it was insanely inspirational to witness someone built, kind of like me, do the things he was able to do. So my folks enrolled me into a local karate school where I met my next fitness hero, JoHan Kim from the Kim Brothers Karate School. He was my first teacher, and I took a lot of private lessons directly from him. Soon, I was able to do some of the things that Bruce Lee was doing, like flying through the air, spinning around, and even learned his method for generating power literally out of nowhere. And it's something I can still do to this day. Check this out. More recently, I got into calisthenics when I saw Chris Heria on YouTube doing muscle-ups like they were nothing at all. He could also hold up his body at impossible angles. I had never seen anything like that and instantly wanted to do it too. So once again, I immersed myself in that world, but I soon realized that gymnastics was really at the heart of all that. So I began focusing on that and researching that. And I found two huge mentors in the process. Gymnast and author Stephen Lowe, who wrote my favorite book on the subject, Overcoming Gravity, which I did a whole video about recently, and gymnast Brandon Burns, who I met on Instagram. Both of these gentlemen provided me with a wealth of knowledge, without which I probably wouldn't have even made this channel. Seriously, these two guys helped me go from incapable to capable in just a few short years. And now I can move my body in ways I had never before. Ways I thought would forever remain impossible, but are now not, thanks to these two heroes. Stephen has been super helpful by responding to my questions online, and Brandon is actually now a good friend, and we talk quite a lot. We've done some interviews, online counseling, private instruction. I'm telling you, having heroes doesn't have to stop just because we're not kids anymore. In fact, I dare say it's more important than ever as we grow older. And funny thing about having heroes, somehow it keeps you feeling young. Now that you've met my heroes, tell me about yours. Hit me up in the comments with all the people who have inspired you and motivated you to press on. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. And if you like what you see on my channel, be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss any new releases. Or maybe share my link with a friend who you think might also enjoy this stuff. All right, see you on the next video.